Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mandy. In today's video, we're going to talk about the eyes radical. Now let's get the 田字格 ready and the pens ready. First of all, let's take a look at the eyes character, which is quite simple. Mu. So this is the eyes character. Here is the evolution of these characters. As you can see, it's evolved from the shape of the eyes. So to turn the I characters into eyes radical, usually it's on the left, like this, and sometimes it would be at the bottom, like this. So they are the eyes radical. So as the name indicates, the eyes radical is definitely related to the eyes. And let's get to some example. First of all, let's try to write eyes in modern Chinese. 眼 睛 眼睛 as you can see, both of them have a eyes radical on the left, and they are eyes. Okay, so questions. What's the difference between the mu and 眼睛? Because both of them can mean eyes. Simply put that, mu is more commonly used in ancient Chinese and written language, so it sounds more formal. As for 眼睛, it's more commonly used in modern Chinese. Usually in everyday life, when we talk about eyes, we would just say 眼睛 instead of mu. Now let's get to more words related to the eyes. 眼 镜 Okay, so now you need to be very careful. Here we have the first tone, 眼睛, and here we have the fourth tone, 眼镜. The pinyin is just slightly different, but you can see the character is completely different, right? So in the 镜, you can see here is a metal radical, as we mentioned about it in the metal radical videos. So if you haven't watched that, go watch it later. As for the 镜 itself, this character, it means mirror. And here we can mean glasses. So 眼镜 is the eyes glasses. So just try to remember both of them together. Let's put it in a sentence. We can say, 我 的 眼 睛 不 好 Okay, and then 我要用眼 镜. Okay, very straightforward. We would say 我的 my 眼睛 眼睛 is the eyes. 不好 not good. 我 I 要 need 用 use I need to use 眼镜 glasses. Okay, very simple and straightforward sentence. 我的眼睛不好，我要用眼镜. So you can memorize 眼睛 and 眼镜 in one sentence. Okay, moving on to the next word with the 眼. Yan. Lei. Okay, interesting word. Let's take a look at these characters. Very simple. On the left, we have our old friend, water radical. We've talked about it many times. And on the right part, this is the ice radical. This is the topic of this video. So water in the eyes, that would make tears. Okay, so 眼泪 is the eye tears. And let me give you another very straightforward word. 眼 要 水 actually it's a pretty simple word. You can see on top of the 要 we have a grass radical. So the grass radical is related to grass, plants, flowers, etc. And the 要 itself, these characters, it means medicine. Because you know, a lot of Chinese medicine are made from plants. We use a lot of herbs. Okay, so 眼 is eyes, 药 is medicine, 水 is water. So eyes, medicine, water, that would just make eye drops. See, you use your eye drops to fix your eyes problems. Eye drop is kind of a medicine. Okay, so these are some very physical and straightforward words. And also, like many other language, we can also use the eyes to refer to something abstract. And now I'm going to give you the example. 眼 红 okay, 红 we have a silk radical. As we mentioned before, silk radical is related to silk, fabrics, and color. And the 红 itself, it means red. It's a color. So 眼红 literally it means eyes red. Okay, what makes the eyes red? It means you jealous. So in Chinese, 眼红, it could literally means the eyes turn red. Maybe there's some problem in the eyes, but in most cases, 眼红 refers to jealous. Enough of eyes. Let's get to the next characters with the eyes radical. May. May, as you can see, we have an eyes radical underneath and something on top. So what's on top of your eyes? Yeah, that would be the eyebrow. Okay, to say the eyebrow, we prefer to say 眼眉毛. Mao itself, it means fur. So 眉毛, literally, it means eyebrow fur. But, well, anyway, it just means eyebrows. And the next example is quite similar to this structure. We have this on the top and the eyes radical at the bottom. And this could be 看. Here's a picture to show you the parts of the 看. You can see it looks like you put your hands on top of your eyes to look somewhere else. So simply put that, you can imagine the upper part of it is the hand and the bottom part of it would be the eyes. So the 看, it means to see and watch, which is very common in every language. Now let me show you some word. 看 电视. Okay. 看 would be to see or watch, and 电视 is the TV. 看电视, watch TV. And you can also say 看电影. Okay. 看 is to see and watch. 电影 would be the movie. Okay. 看电影, watch movie. And the next example, 看书. The 书 would be the books. So 看书, it means to see the book. Well, in English, we say to read the books. But in Chinese, we would say to see the book, because when you are reading the book, you are not actually reading it out, right? In most cases, you read the book with your eyes. So how do you say read a book out in Chinese? Well, that would be another word. I would also list it out here. That would be 读书. As you can see on the left part of the 读, here is a speak radical here. And 读, it could mean to read out. And the 书 is the book. So 读书 means read out the books. And in many cases, 读书 can also refers to go to school. Go to school. Because you are going to read a lot of books in the school. So simply put that, in Chinese, to say read books, we say 看书, which literally means to see the book with your eyes. And if you want to read out the books with your mouth, we say 读书. And also, 读书 can refers to go to school. Let's move on to the next characters, which is pretty simple. Ding. Ding, it means to stare at. Let me give you a sentence. 小猫盯着外面的鸟 Okay? Okay, let's see. 小猫 small cat. Small cat means kitten. 盯着 The 盯 means to stare. 着 here is served as a ing. So 盯着 is staring at. 外面 outside. So 的 is the adjective marker. Outside 鸟 bird. So 小猫盯着外面的鸟. The kitten is staring at the outside bird, the bird outside. Okay, so you might also wonder, seems like the 着 we also have an eyes radical right here. So is it related to the eyes? And that's a tough question. The 着 in modern Chinese is not really related to the eyes because you can see the 着 right here. It serves as a grammar particle. It's like the ing in English. So it's not really related to the eyes. But why it has the eyes radical right here, it's really hard to explain. I guess it's because after thousands of years of evolution, there's a lot of words. They already lost some meaning, get some meaning, lost some, get some. So anyway, in the modern times, the 着 already lost the meaning of the eyes, but is still keeping the eyes parts. Let's continue with the next example. 睁 睁 it could means to open, but it's very specific. It has to be open the eyes. Okay? So you can say open the eyes would be 睁 and then you can say it or without it 开眼睛 Okay, 睁开眼睛 So the 睁 is to open the eyes. 开 it's also open. It's the open in general. 眼睛 is the eyes. So you can say 睁眼睛 or 睁开眼睛. Both works. And now let's talk about to close the eyes. 眯 Mi is to close the eyes, but usually it's half closed. I'll give you some example. 中午的太阳很大。人们眯着眼睛。Okay, so let's see. 中午 is the noon time, like lunch time. The is the adjective marker. 太阳 is the sun. 很大 very big. So the noontime's sun is very big. So this is the way we say the sunlight is strong. There's a lot of sunlight outside. 人们 people 眯着眼睛 So 眯 is to close, have closing. 着 is the ing. We just mentioned about it a few minutes ago. So 眯着 is half closing. 眼睛 is the eyes. So questions. Since 眯 is half closed, so how do you say fully close the eyes? So fully close. Let me put it here, even though there's not much space. That would be B. B, it means to close, fully close. So we can say 闭眼睛, which means close eyes. Okay, now let's continue. The next example, we have an eyes radical, and then this. This is 瞄. 瞄 is to aim at. So on the right side of it, a grass, a field, this is the grass radical, this is the field radical, this is 瞄. It gives the sound to the 瞄. It's a sound radical. Let's try to use the 瞄in the phrases. We can say 瞄准目标 瞄 is to aim at. 准 is accurate. 目标 is the goal or target. Okay, 瞄准目标 is to aim accurately to the goal or the target. One interesting word I would like to introduce to you that also use the 瞄 as a sound radical. All we need to do is replace the eyes radical into the mouth radical and put the 瞄 sound radical here. it pronounced as meow and is the Chinese sound word for the cat. Meow, the cat sound. So you can see both of them, meow and meow, they all use the meow as a sound radical. Moving on to the next character, eyes radical. Shui. Shui, it could mean to sleep. Okay, so now let's take a good look at the right part of it. You need to be very careful. So I will write it one more time, a little bit bigger. So you write this, okay? And then the long stroke with 2 small stroke hanging on both sides. And then this one smaller, shorter, and then even shorter. Yes. And this is chui. This is the actual character, chui. And it means drooping or sagging. Okay, so now it makes sense. Drooping eyes, sagging eyes, and that would be sleep. Shui. 觉. 睡觉 is to sleep as a verb. So to say it as a noun, you can say 睡 眠 睡眠 is the sleep as a noun. How to use it? Let me show you some sentences. To use 睡觉 is pretty simple, like I want to sleep. 我要睡觉。Okay, easy. I 要 want or need 睡觉 to sleep. Okay, and then how to use 睡眠充足的睡眠对身体很重要 Okay, so let's see. 充足 is enough. The adjective marker, saw it many times. 充足的 睡眠 is the sleep as a noun. 对 is to or for. 身体 body. 很 very. 重要 important. Okay. 充足的睡眠对身体很重要。Enough sleep for the body, very important. So the next example, we got the eyes so we can see the world. But what if the eyes is not working anymore? Yeah, I'm talking about blind. Now let's get to the blind. Still, we have the eyes radical. 瞎 it could mean blind, unfortunately. So this is one option to say blind, and actually we have the other word also means blind. This one, this is 盲. It also means blind. Let's talk about the difference between them. The first one is 瞎. We have the eyes radical on the left and this on the right. And the right part of it, it means harm. Yeah, your eyes get harmed, so it's not working anymore. And unfortunately, the 瞎 sounds a little bit rude. And as for the 盲, we have this on top and then the eyes underneath. This is 盲. And as for the top part of it, it means dead. So dead eyes is blind. And as for the 盲, it sounds more neutral. It's not rude or not good. It's just neutral. We have several words to say blind people, so I'm going to offer you 3 of them here, from rude to polite. 瞎子. So the 瞎子, it sounds a bit rude and disrespectful to say blind people. Okay, so try to not to use this. And the better one, you can say 盲人. So 盲人, it sounds neutral. So it's okay to say that. And the third one, it's more polite to say. You can say 失明人是. Okay. So 失 it means loss. 明 is bright. 人 people. And if you say 人是, it just sounds more respectful. So 失明人是, it means the people that lost brightness. So in general, in daily life, we would say 盲人 a lot because it's a neutral word, so very common to use. And if you want to show your respect and be polite, then you can say 失明人是. And then you will try to avoid using 瞎子 because this is kind of rude and disrespectful. All the examples that I mentioned about in this video, they are physically related to the eyes. They are directly related to the eye function. But the next example I would like to introduce to you it's not directly related to the eyes or the function of the eyes. It's a little bit more abstract. And the next example would be man. Man, it could mean not telling others or cheating on or lie to, etc. So the key meaning is not telling others what you are planning to do. So it could be good and it could be bad, depending on what you are going to do, right? Okay, so I'll give you some example. 他瞒着女朋友买了一个戒指打算向他求婚 Okay, so it's a long sentence, but actually it's not that difficult. So we can see 他 is he, 瞒着 is not telling others. Okay, but now we don't know it's good or bad. We'll see. 女朋友's girlfriend 买了 了 is the past tense marker. 买了 is bought. 一个 one 戒指戒指 is the rings. You can see we have a hand radical here. And the 指 itself, it means fingers. But 戒指 is the rings, because you put your rings in the fingers. 打算 plan. 向 towards. 他 she. 求 is ask for. 婚 is marriage. So 求婚 ask for marriage is propose. So it seems like the man comes with a good meaning in this story, right? So together, 他瞒着女朋友买了一个戒指，打算向她求婚。So he not telling his girlfriend, and he bought a ring, planning to propose to her. And the next sentence, next example. 他瞒着家人抽烟. Okay, let's see. Very short sentence. 他 is he. 瞒着 is not telling, but we don't know it's good things or bad things. And 家人 family members, family people. 抽烟 as you can see, the yin we have a fire radical on the left, so it has something to do with fire. And the yin means to smoke. Just the smoke, but 抽烟 together, 抽烟 together, it means to smoke. To smoke. It's the verb. As you can tell from the story, the 瞒着 it cannot be the good meaning. So together, 他瞒着家人抽烟. So he's not telling his family and he smoked. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it and you learn something from this video. If you want the practice sheet, same old, you can download it from my website. I'll drop the link down below in the description box. And I'm Mandy. I'll see you in the next video.